The largest change any business owner or a business person can make inside of his business is the following: stop being an operator and become the business owner, because there's a massive difference between being self-employed and becoming a business owner. Look, being self-employed has its perks. There's nothing wrong with being self-employed, right? It will still give you several benefits. It will give you time, you call your own shots, you don't answer to anyone, you're not capped on how much money you make. But here's the downside: most self-employed owners, most small business owners that are doing six and low seven figures that I personally meet, that I personally coach, that I personally consult to, they're exhausted, they're burnt out, they're overwhelmed, they feel stuck, they feel stressed. They feel the pressure. They tried bunch of strategies and tactics and management styles, but nothing works for them. So when someone tells me, hey, I'm working 50, 60, 70 hours a week, and I feel like I can't step away because I feel like the business depends on me, and if I step away, we're not going to be as consistent, we're not going to be as effective, we're not going to be as efficient. I know deep down that they're self-employed and they're not a business owner. They may have few employees, but they're involved with everything. They built a business that depends on them. They work in the day-to-day operations of the business, and they're the operator of the business. They could be the owner, but they're the operator of the business. And that's a trap that most of us fall into. Right? Think about how you started the business, right? You could have been working in a restaurant. You could have been a plumber, a technician, a salesperson, the best marketer, an installer. You could be the coder, the designer. And then you realize, why am I building this guy's business? I'm doing the work. I'm making the suits. I'm cooking the best burger. I'm doing the plumbing. I'm doing the HVAC. Why wouldn't I just do it myself? And at first, right, it worked. You opened your business, you got your clients, you did a few jobs, you were in control, you were an owner of a business that you could be proud of. But then there was a proof of concept. You grew, which is another great sign. But that's where the cracks start to show inside of your business, inside of your operation. Because in order to really grow a business, in order to really scale a business, it's not just about outworking everyone. It's not just about working harder. You need to learn how to become an effective leader so that you can scale. And why am I making this video and why you should even listen to me? My name is Eli Raf, and my mission is pretty simple. I want business owners to feel free again. Too many feel stuck, burnt out, stressed because the business depends on them to function. They feel like if they step away, the business would fall apart and slow down. And that's not how it should be. I personally believe that profit and freedom should be the reward of success. Profit and freedom, not stress and owner dependency. You deserve a business that's worth more, that's making more, and needs you less. And that's the future I am working towards. I believe that there's a better way to run businesses, and that's what I'm working for, one business owner at a time. And we truly make it real by helping businesses scale their business, raising their valuation, by building companies that don't depend on the owner, by building companies that have the right culture and have the right performance. So everybody benefits from it: the owner, the employees, and the market. And that affects the profit and the freedom, which is amazing. So let me give you an example of how this video came to mind. In the town that I grew up, there's a little shawarma place. Like, hands down, the best shawarma I ever had, and I tried shawarma in many places. You can't compete with that shawarma. It's just the best. The juicy meat, the fresh pita. There's lines out of the door, whether it's lunch or dinner. It's the best. But here's the thing: the shawarma has been there for 30 years. 30 years ago, the shawarma owner, when he started, he was the guy behind the counter. He was the craving the meat. He was running the register. Was making sure that everything's there. And I'm assuming working 12 to 14-hour days. If you go there today, where I still go, guess what? He's still behind the register. He's still craving the meat. He's still pulling in 12 to 14-hour days. Yeah, 100% he's making money. He has great shawarma, and he probably has a very successful business behind, the numbers wise. And don't get me wrong, I'm sure he's proud to build a business that really serves the community, serves the market. He has a great product. He has great service. People are literally, there's lines out of the door, but it's still one shop. It's still him as the owner holding everything together. He's there 12, 14-hour days. He's still in charge of the meat. He's still behind the register. He's still the guy behind the counter. Now, if we think about a different concept, there were two brothers that had an idea. McDonald's, right? So did they make the best burger? Not even close. Did they have the best product in the world? Not even close. Were their burgers better than this shawarma? Most likely not. But they build a playbook. They build an efficient and effective playbook, and they figure out how to scale this, right? And along the way came Ray Kroc, who said that it's not about burgers. We're not selling burgers here. It's systems that can scale to thousands of locations. That's a real product. It's not the burgers, it's not the pickles, and it's not the bun. It's the system, it's the playbook that can duplicate one location to thousands of locations globally. That's why McDonald's sells more burgers than anyone on earth, not because they're the best, but because they're scalable. And here's the point, my shawarma guy, he stayed the operator. McDonald's, Ray, became the owner. Now think about your business. Right now you might feel like the shawarma guy. You're still involved in the daily operations. You know, you could be still in the truck when a tech calls out. You can be still, you know, pulling in more hours because one of the employees, you know, didn't come to work. You're still the one that customers want to talk to when there's a problem or a challenge. You could be the one that's still chasing invoices, fixing mistakes, or I don't know, just holding everything together. Every situation is different, but reality is all business owners are the same. That's operator mode. Owner mode looks very, very, very different. You're out of the day-to-day operations. You're not working in the business. You work on the business, on strategy, on vision, on relationships, on expansion. The customers get the same quality of product or service no matter if it's you or any of your employees, because your service is consistent, efficient, and effective based on your standards. The business grows in value, not just revenue. You're able to scale faster, to step away from the daily operations, and literally increase the valuation of a company for a future exit, even if you're not thinking about selling at this moment. Now, I know what you might be thinking, because I work with so many business owners that keep telling me the same thing. The economy is tough right now. There's no good people to work. Nobody wants to work, labor is hard to find, costs are up. And my answer to you, 100%. All those things are true. But here's the real truth. It's not the economy or the labor or Gen Z that decides whether you can scale and grow or not. It's your psychology. And in times of uncertainty, most owners, they pull back, they freeze, they wait for things to get better, which means they're not doing anything. But waiting is what kills businesses. The ones who drive the revenue forward, the ones who grow, who scale, are the ones who push forward, who stop thinking like operators and start acting and thinking and feeling like owners. 80% of your success, it's not strategy. It's mindset. Only 20% is the how-to. And if we're being honest, with ChatGPT and all those AI tools, it's really easy to find information, but it's really hard to act on it. Because most of you already know what to do. You probably know that you need to train your team better. You probably know that you need to systemize your operations. You probably know that you need to build a self-sustaining machine that works whether you're there or not. You probably know that you should hire better people. But are you making your hiring process better? Are you making your onboarding process better? Are you providing more training to your staff? Are you building systems? Are you building processes? Are you becoming a better leader? For 99% of people, the answer is no. Because knowing is never the problem. The information is never the problem. It's about making the shift. The mind shift from doing everything yourself to building systems and processes so it runs without you. From firefighting and solving problems every single day to thinking like a builder, like an architect who literally designs his own business. So the choice is simple. Do you want to be like the shawarma guy, always behind the counter, making the best shawarma in town, but never steps away, working 12 to 14-hour days? Because if the answer is yes, that's totally fine. Or do you want to be like the owner, the one who builds the system, the one who brings the right people to help build the system, the one who scales his business, and the one who finally gets his life back to do whatever matters to him? That's the shift. That's the difference between being stuck as an operator and stepping into a true role, the true role of a business owner that your business really needs. Because I really like this quote: whenever there's a fear, there's an opportunity. When there's a great fear, there's a great opportunity. You have a choice to make. And listen, if you're working 50, 60, sometimes even 70 hours a week, if you feel stuck, burnt out, and exhausted, if you feel like your team can't function without you, that things don't run as smooth when you're not involved, if you're still thinking that it's the labor market, it's impossible to find good people, it's the economy, I truly built something that can help you. Check out the link in the description. It's not some overpriced coach who never ran a business before. It's not some online course packed with fluffy theory that's not going to help you. It's a straight up practical video where I show you exactly how I help 6 and 7 figure business owners or self-employed owners to unlock hidden profits and boost the profit margins of their business, cut back their hours so they can finally work on the business and not in the business, build a company that runs and grows without them, and increase the value of the business. So if they want to sell and when they want to exit, it's worth a whole lot more. And yeah, it's a funnel. It's my website. I'm not pretending it's not, but it's built for owners that understand that they have two choices: the choice of staying the same and not taking action, or the choice of going after the proven, tested framework that helps business owners go from self-employed to real business owners. If you're ready to stop carrying the whole business on your back, on your mind, on your heart, this might be exactly what you need. That's it for this one. If you got value, hit a like and drop a comment. I really do read every single one. But most importantly, subscribe. Not just for me. It's really for the YouTube algorithm to push this video to more small business owners that are doing 6 to 7 figures, and for us to help them and for us to make them feel free again. And if more people learn how to scale smarter, how to profit more, how to work less, and build a business around what they actually want them to be, and build a business that run without us in the day to day, everybody wins. So please subscribe. I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.